Hi Pisces, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a reading for you guys, and this is going to be for the beginning of 2023. Yeah, I'm not putting a date on it because these are general readings. If it was a private reading, it would probably take, to be honest, more time, and we'd probably go month by month. But we're going to go like with the beginning of the year, which could mean January, February, and March. This is how I'm looking at this. And I've used these cards, Pisces, these very profound cards they are. If you guys know me, you know that I'm a bit of a philosopher and a wisdom seeker and a little bit of sometimes a wisdom speaker. Yeah, I love to talk about just manifesting and understanding why people kind of do the things they do. You guys will know that about me, right? So we start with this card here, nothingness. It's really no-thingness. And this is in the major arcana in this deck. I love this deck because it's completely about wisdom. I mean, or I should say absolutely, or all about wisdom. It is. This is the Osho Zen deck. I love this deck, right? There's no fluff. There's definitely no fluff. No. We're not into fluff, Sagittarius. Sorry, Pisces. No, we're not. The only kind of fluff we like is, when I order a cream puff and it's made right, yeah. And because I like to get them from my grandma, who was, from Norway, who made great cream puffs, right? But now, I don't want to go to the store and get one. No, I don't, because it's not the same, right? But my point about this, getting off of the cream puff subject, right? Yeah, of course. This talks about you might feel in between in the beginning of the year or maybe now. Like maybe you haven't started to embark on something or you've left something. You might feel in between. The in between could be like, what am I going to do next? It could be like, well, I know what I want to do, but I still feel in between. Something like that. This talks about kind of just embrace that all possibilities are open to you. Yeah, they are. And it's interesting how we have the garden and the gate. This talks about possibilities, right? Walk without feet. Desire talks about possibilities and flow. And we start the reading, Pisces, with the naked woman. Yeah, she is. And with her big hips, definitely. And she's hugging the lion, right? No digs on any big hips. No, of course not. You need hips. But she's hugging the lion, and this is the Strength card in the Law of Attraction deck. And so I've chosen this deck, right, the Law of Attraction, because, the Law of Attraction is really what's at play in our life. And if we don't use it properly or if we defy it, we cannot attract beautiful things to our life. It's just how it is, right? Yeah, I've learned that from a few self-help people, right? Always trying to help myself, right? For sure. And in turn, try to help other people. But right here, this talks about courage, the first card. So you need to have courage in 2023. And because I feel like you might be feeling in between, you could be going through changes, and even changes will make you feel like you are in between, right? For sure, right? Because it is the unknown, it is the unfamiliar, and the only thing that, stagnancy can make us feel comfortable, right? Because we're familiar with it, right? The same old, same old. So we have walk without feet, Pisces. This means just do it. That's what it means. It means don't worry if you have the right tools. Don't look down at your feet. They're still there. Yeah, they are. You probably did a pedicure rather, right? You probably did. Or you got a foot massager for Christmas. But, this walk without feet here, just do it, all right? And they're flying. That's what they're doing. And this is similar to this deck because some of the Tao, I believe, is in this deck, and some of the Tao is in this, or the wisdom of the Tao, I should say, Tao, right? This is Chinese wisdom, yeah. And so walk without feet, they're flying. They're saying like you are being told by the law of attraction experts, yeah. I'm becoming one over here. You're being told by them to go for it. Yeah, don't, and you can fly if you just say okay, right? Oh, even if you have fear, you have to do it. If you walk without fear, without feet, That could be kind of scary, right? I don't have any feet to walk with, and how am I going to do this, right? So, this is not physical or actual. This is like very allegorical or philosophical, right? So, this is what we are supposed to do. And in every law of attraction book, or, if you have fear, you do it anyway, right? Because you get stronger. There's a whole bunch of reasons why, right? So just do it anyway, Pisces, right? You have desire here. So there's something you're really going to want here in the next 3 months, right? Maybe you want it now. You could be wanting it now. You could be wanting it now. And I'm going to read this. I'm going to kind of mix it with love. Yeah, this is going to be like about your career, kind of philosophical, or your creative endeavors, or moving forward, your life path, and then about love to the side. Or not to the side, not even secondary. I'm just going to talk about both, and you will have to kind of interpret where that goes, where that belongs in your life. Is it about your love, or is it about your life path, right? If you guys know what I mean. So we have desire, and then we have flow. So the flow, he's pulling this branch here, and the river is flowing right here. He's trying to be in the flow is what he is doing. I feel like he is doing that too. I don't feel like he's just trying, right? Especially next to desire. But your advice here in this reading, Pisces, is really, very clear here. Just have strength, have courage, and go with it. It might, even if it doesn't feel super comfortable, as long as you desire it, have the courage to do it. All right. Yeah. And this is interesting because the law of attraction says, maybe not in these exact words, but it says it in their philosophy, desire, believe, and expect, right? So you have to have major desire for something. You believe it will come, or you believe in it, and then you expect it, right? And this is how it works, right? That's how that lady won. Her name was Helene Hadsel, right? Maybe her name was Helen, but it has an N at the end, so that looks like Helene. I mean, an E at the end. And so she won like out of 50 contests. Maybe it was more, but it was at least 50 in her life, because she just thought she was going to win. She would think about it in order to manifest it, right? She wanted it, she desired it, she expected it. She said that the first contest she won, she goes, oh, I'm going to win this. And then she got a call that her and her husband won, right? Because they think it was kind of a duel. They both kind of signed up for this raffle or contest. So just believe in it. And but you can't have any doubts. And you can't be defying the law of attraction by, I don't know, by being maybe mean to somebody, or definitely by having negative beliefs or putting yourself down. So be careful what you say. Don't say negative things to yourself. Oh, don't say I'm a dummy, or I'm not organized. Don't do any of that. Just give yourself a pat on the back and say you're doing a good job. You could even write those down. Yeah, you can. That's what the success coaches say. Write down every day what you've done that's good. And so you pat yourself on the back, right? And if you haven't finished something, or you still have more work to do, then you say, something in that I will continue tomorrow, or just something like that. You always keep it negative, positive. Sorry, you guys. You always keep it positive, right? Let's see what they say about the flow card for Pisces. Yeah, let's see what they say here. My daughter's a Pisces, and I feel like this is resonating for her as well. She's kind of going through a little bit of an awakening. And this can be about somebody, this could be about you guys who are going through an awakening too, and realizing that maybe that you need to go, like, just completely be in the flow. Usually water signs already are kind of hip to this, right? You do have the garden and the gate. And this talks about, it can talk about, in love, it can talk about somebody just like kind of wondering here, well, I want to go be with Pisces, or you want to go be with somebody, and every day you think about it, and then one day you just leave the garden. Yeah, you leave the garden. You open the gate, here she is, thinking all about these butterflies here, and what's outside this gate. So she's kind of, she has her financial stability here, because she's got a really cute dress on. And she's in this beautiful garden, right? Yeah, there's no weeds here. There's only landscapers that come all the time, and and then the house must be beautiful, definitely. But this talks about the garden and the gate. There's something that you might want here, because here's desire, and you're told to have courage here. Now, if this is love, somebody else will have courage to come and get you. That's it. Somebody else will have courage this year to do this. If this is you about your career, have the courage. Don't be afraid about things that you really want. And when you desire it, and you envision it, you visualize it, right? You visualize already having it, like being in this flow right here, just like Helene Hadsels said. She's one of many, many people, right? It's an old lady now. And really interesting, right? How she was just a regular person, right? And after she started winning these contests, she started reading up on all this law of attraction, self-help stuff, right? Here we have the contract, Pisces. So, it's next to the hostilities. Somebody could be coming to get you that is letting go of a contract and leaving the garden. Like, I don't care if it's really nice here and there's financial stability. I'm leaving to go be with Pisces. That could be the case for some of you guys. It really could be, all right? And this could also talk about you in your job right now, or some kind of something you're doing is not really your flow. I feel like that's it for regarding career. Maybe you want something more creative down here, because Pisces is really a creative sign. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Sometimes they're hippies. Sometimes they're, psychics. Sometimes they're artists. Yeah, but they're creative. That's the whole idea, right? And here's this woman, and this is the Three of Wands, I believe, in this kind of deck. It could be the Three of. It doesn't much matter, because it's all about creativity. It could be the Three of anything. Probably the Three of. It could be Wands or Cups. Wands are also about inspiration and intuition. It could be, right? Even the Three of Pentacles can be about creating things, because something that is kind of tangible, right? But long story short, there's this card, nothingness. It's not nothingness. No, it's no thing. And they make fun of the English when when somebody says, "Oh, you don't have nothing," right? I don't really speak that way, because I say you don't have anything, but I'm saying that the word. And this is not to put down the way anybody talks. No, it's not the way anybody speaks, rather. But it is just to say that they were down. This Chinese wisdom is kind of making fun, sort of a little bit of the English language, and how somebody might always think that nothing is always bad. No, nothing or no thing can mean that everything is open for new possibilities, right? There's no thing here. So now, the gate's wide open. And that's really what the garden and the gate is about. So when the gate is open, all is possible. It is for the new year, and, for your life, right? Because there's nothing blocking it. Now, if you're holding on to, negative things, or things from the past, or things you can't get over, or you're mad at your brother-in-law, or whatever you're doing here that is kind of negative, all those, I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying any kind of grudge, resentment, anger from the past, criticism, self-criticism, even guilt, all this kind of stuff, you gotta let it go, right? And so this creates all possibilities are able to come through, right? For sure, right? Even when we declutter our closet, which I have to do, we make way for new clothes. It's just the truth, yeah. And you can read about that if you would like. With let me see here, Louise Hay. Who else? Jack Canfield. There's a whole bunch, right? And the other lady, Abraham Hicks, right? But continuing, Pisces, right, is the contract and the hostilities card. Somebody could be in a hostile marriage and they're getting out. It really could be in this reading, right? And it could also be that you had some type of a job here that you just like, it offered you some type of stability, but you don't really want to be there. It's possible here. All right. But in the end, there's a lot of creativity here with this card. There is desire in this reading, but you must have courage. That is like the clear the very clear message and the most prominent message coming forward, right? Let's see what else we have for Pisces in the beginning of 2023. Yeah, let's see what we have for Pisces. We're going to go ahead and just give a little shuffle here, Pisces. Yeah. Maybe you guys are lawyers over here. We have the contract card. I'm just saying that because the books are here, the scales are here, right? Maybe you're a lawyer and you want to go get a job at another law firm. I mean, it could be many things with a general reading, right? Let's see what we have, though. But it's clear here. Have courage. Follow your desires, because next to desire is the flow. So when you follow your desires, right, you live in your flow. And this is when you live in your power and your strength, when you live in your flow. Even Abraham Hicks says, oh, regarding the vortex, get that book, you guys. If you're trying to make your life better, listen to it on Audible or get the book, right? So the vortex talks about being connected to source. And she says, whenever you feel like you don't like something, we're not talking about being critical. We're talking about something that is offered to you, any little thing, a job. You have to trust how you feel. If you feel something's wrong or you don't belong or you don't like it, that's when you say no thank you. And if it's a job and you have to wait for a couple weeks, or you have to find another one, I understand that, right? No one's saying go jump off the bridge and no, we're not saying that. But we're saying follow your flow and be very in tuned as to what makes you happy and what doesn't, right? Don't be confused about that, or what's good for your soul. So let's see what we have, Pisces, for you guys. Yeah, let's see what we have. And the bottom of the tarot deck here, the bottom of this deck here, is the Two of Cups. So this could be somebody you really love, honor, and respect, because the Two of Cups is all about love, honor, and respect. It's possible somebody's showing up here that really loves and honors you. And they could have been in a relationship right here, and they're trying to leave the gate, right? They go, well, it's not really worth it here, the money. Because that's what the garden in the gate is about. This little kind of girl who is, I don't know, lives in some type of abundant atmosphere. We also have the High Priestess. This could be you. This could be somebody's trusting their intuition here. Somebody really is trusting their intuition in this reading. This could be somebody else here who wants to return to you. It could be, here's Justice, and here's the Moon, and the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Here's the contract card near the Justice. Somebody could be married. They could be making a decision, a wise decision. There could be something here that has to do with the truth is coming out here. The truth is that somebody has not lived in the flow. That's what the truth is in this reading, with the flow next to exclamation mark, right? Next to the garden and the gate. Somebody hasn't been doing that. I don't feel like that's you, but maybe you feel like you haven't been doing that too. It's possible, right? Because many people, I would say, I don't know, 40% of the people wake up one day and go, what am I doing here, right? Why am I doing this? This is not my flow. This is not what I want, desire, right? The Ace of Cups can be a new beginning in love with somebody else, for sure, right? Sometimes it is self-love, but with the Two of Cups over here, Pisces, it looks like somebody's following their intuition or just coming to you. This could be you. This is really interesting here. But the Moon is here. Look at all these majors. We have 3 majors, an ace, and the Two of Cups. So there's been some doubts and fears. There definitely has, and confusion with the Moon, right? You can tell that there's been some confusion because of the desire, and then, the garden and the gate and this type of situation, right? Let's see what we have. We're going to do the reading today on the bottom of the deck because just for some reason, the universe is telling me to do that. You're in your environment, Pisces. Not your environment. Your overall energy is the Wheel of Fortune. It came out reversed here. This is really interesting here because these cards have been shuffled and this was changed. So this is supposed to be in the reverse, my point. We have the Five of Pentacles, Ace, Knight of Swords. the Gemini card, the Lovers, the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody might be an earth sign, they might be an air sign, but it doesn't have to be any of these signs I'm saying, because could just be the energies, right? For sure. It does look like there could be an offer coming here, or something stable in the near future. Let's see what else we have. So Pisces, we have the Six of Cups. This is in your advice. Somebody from the past still loves you. That's how it looks here. They might be in a negative situation here. It could be. Because the way I always do my readings too is that the Garden and the Gate would be their card. Somebody who doesn't like where they're at. The Contract would be their challenge. Could be a marriage contract. Or what's supporting them. But with the Hostilities card and this Garden and the Gate, I don't think this is supporting them at all. You guys see these cards? Yeah. I feel like it's not. I feel like they're either in a career contract, like a corporation, or they're married to somebody and they want to leave. They're like, oh no, there's something better. There's something better for me. And this might be you, Pisces. That's what, it's just that when we see the Two of Cups in the reading, it's a little, it's not sure if this is about you and this other person. I believe this is about you and your other person. And I believe that you are also thinking about moving forward in your career or your creative endeavors. And you need some courage, because you might feel like things are in the unknown right now. Like you're not sure. Like you could be right at the beginning of something and you're like, well, I'm not sure how, right? So in the heart of the matter, though, the Five of Pentacles is here. I feel like what this is saying is that somebody was not going with you or your person. And this is supposed to be for you, but if you're inquiring about somebody, or there's somebody that you love, or that person is going to show up in your reading, right? Yeah, they are. Unless you really left them by the wayside and you're not thinking about them at all. That's different, isn't it? Let's move this camera here. Let's move it here so you guys can see the cards. Yeah, and so this Wheel of Fortune here with the flow and the desire, somebody was not going with the universe. And somebody was not going, I believe, with who they thought was their fate and destiny, or their career, right? Like, I'm in this job and what am I doing here? I don't want this. Maybe you want something creative here. God, Pisceans are so creative. Yeah, my daughter's like, oh, I go, what are you doing? We went to go visit my son. She goes, I'm painting. I'm like, okay. She comes over here and I go, I got to go to sleep because we have to leave early on the plane. She goes, okay, I'm going to go paint in the bathroom then. Little teeny bathroom too. I'm going to go paint in the bathroom because I live in a studio. I'm going to go paint in the bathroom because I don't want to disturb you with the light. I'm like, okay. Well, she was making Christmas presents, but still, this is her little vibe. Yeah, and she's got great art, she does, and she's starting to put it out like on TikTok and etc. Okay, so here we are, and this Five of Pentacles, I feel like somebody was not going along with like their own kind of fate and destiny, like their own true path. They were fighting fate and destiny here, and they created a lack for themselves. I'm not sure who this is. It could be you. You could be here discerning it if somebody else has done this. And this can be about somebody who is trying to leave somebody out in the cold. Yeah, because they don't want to be there. They know that's not their flow. Yeah. It's interesting how we have flow next to the Garden and the Gate. It's always interesting, right? The way these cards come out. Like, the divine is putting them out in the right order for whoever to hear. For you guys, desire, flow, and the Garden and the Gate. So the flow implies here that either you're not in the right flow or get in it. Right? Yeah, get in the flow. And this guy, that's what that card talks about. The Garden and the Gate is somebody who hasn't been in their flow for some time, right? They've stayed inside the garden, right? And it's a beautiful garden, but there's either no love or joy, or it is not. It's not for them, right? Either or. Right? And so let's see here, Pisces, why we have the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Okay, so you love somebody here. This looks pretty clear here to me. And it's also can talk about you or somebody not. So you guys know that I'm already reading this from a place of love and career. So you can figure that out. And when I say career, I can mean creative endeavors, right? Yeah. So this Four of Wands, somebody here, maybe somebody stayed in something to try to be stable, but in the long run, if something's not for you, there's no stability at all, right? They can say that about a job too. That's what the self-help gurus say. Like if you think there's stability in that, I'm not telling anybody to quit their job. I'm just saying that if you think there's stability at some big company, then any day they could say we're downsizing and, they could let you go, right? The only true stability is within you. That's the only true stability, right? Yeah, it is. So let's see, coming into play here is the Gemini card. There's two naked people here, Pisces. Maybe that's what's coming into play, right? We have the Eight of Wands. Change is coming into play for you. That's why the Garden and the Gate is here too. That's about change. Somebody's angry in this reading though. It's whoever has been, it's whoever, if regarding love, it's somebody who doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore. Yeah, and they could have been hostile with that person. Could be. And right, coming into play, there was change, growth, butterflies, the Lovers, and this could be a choice for change. Somebody looks like they're making a change for the new year. That's how it looks here. Right? And that can happen a lot, right? Because people start thinking about, wow, another year I've been sitting here with so-and-so, or another year I've been at this job. God, I don't want to be here, right? It could be like that, for sure, right? We always think of it at the end of the year because we do. So here's the Queen of Swords. This is the past. I'm the Empress. So maybe you wondered here, can I manifest this for myself? You were just kind of discerning this all along. Now, you could have been somebody's girlfriend and you're wondering, can I manifest a new union with them? You definitely could have. You could have been discerning, can I manifest my creative endeavors right here? Queen of Swords, Empress, because she is the creative Venetian archetype. And, she can talk about being somebody's lover, third party. She's a number 3. She can talk about being the emperor's wife, sort of, or lover. And it can talk about somebody who's creative, productive, and makes her dreams come true. Yeah. It can speak to anything that is represented by beauty, anything. So what you could be expecting or wanting is a Knight of Swords. You want somebody to take some fast action, maybe you. I feel like you want somebody else to walk out of this gate. I also feel like you are thinking about your career in this reading, Pisces. Like, I want to change. I want something creative. Yeah, pretty sure here. So let's see what else we have. We have the Hangman, not the Hangman, the Hermit. It's an H here. Getting confused with H's. The Hermit is reversed. You want somebody to get wise and change their life and like cut this out. Cut something out. Or take some fast action. You probably want them to be assertive. It could be your energy, but this is assertive. Like for some, we can say that what that implies is that somebody's been kind of weenie. This Garden of this Gate can talk about somebody who's been a little bit weenie. Because they keep thinking about leaving the garden and they haven't yet. You're like, when are you leaving the garden, right? Pretty soon it's a bunch of GMO flowers and, and bugs or whatever, right? Yeah, or toxic fertility, if that makes sense. Don't make any comments on that, you guys. Yeah, don't. We have the Knight of Pentacles here, and this is showing up with the Six of Swords. This is in the near future. There's transition here for you. Or somebody else. Because for me, there's a choice here coming into play, Pisces. And over here is somebody's leaving or going toward their fate and destiny. It's either one. And this Six of Swords can imply that somebody's been unhappy. And they know that I need to solve my problems or my unhappiness. or issues. I need to be where it's calmer and there's more peace, right? And we have hostilities here, so we know somebody's in transition here, Pisces. And that could be somebody coming to be with you. This whole reading could be what you want for yourself. It could be kind of what you want for somebody. But I feel like, with the Gemini, with the Lovers, which is a choice, in the Eight of Wands, which is change and potential and growth and new possibilities, right? And this transition over here in the near future, it looks like somebody's really making a choice here. So that would be you or somebody else. But if you are indeed making a choice, go with your courage here. Do not, because here's the lion. She's hugging the lion, right? Don't be dissuaded by, well, that might look hard, or how do I do it? Because don't do that, because you can't evolve like that. So even if you're afraid, do it anyway, all right? Yeah, and you can pinch me, if something, because even if it doesn't go right, we become stronger in the pursuit. And this is really what you want in your life. You want to be courageous, because you will never take any risks if you are not courageous, right? No, you won't. And if you don't evolve, you slowly die. Yes, you do. And that is from a famous, I don't know, psychologist or self-help or some guru, right? So yeah, so just go for it. I shouldn't really be saying some guru, right? But, go for it. Have courage. If you get one thing out of this reading, Pisces, is to have courage, because the last card in this reading here is creativity. So you can create what you want here. And with this nothingness or no thingness here, you might feel in between here, a little afraid here, but it's a blank card, right? But the point about it, it means that everything is possible, right? Here's the Six of Cups. This is your this is how you're feeling affected by other people, right? Yeah. There's somebody from the past here, or somebody's warm and fuzzy to you. Maybe it's possible. This is usually about the past or some warm and fuzzy feelings, kind of nostalgia. And we have the Page of Cups reversed. So you think somebody was kind of false with you. Or you might think that they are afraid to come forward, possibly. Because the Page of Cups sometimes follows his intuition and goes forward, either to bring news or to start something new. You might feel like they're not following their intuition. And, it's interesting, because the Flow card is all about your intuition. And so is the desire. Like, go ahead and, want this, because you can manifest it if you want. But, it always ends up where you have to be a little bit spiritually grown to really kind of understand the art of manifestation, right? You have to be educated on it. Some people are just know it. Like, what? I feel like who knew that was the Dalai Lama, because I watched his autobiography. He was already like, I can't think of the word, like a master when he was a little kid. And they went to interview him, and he was, I forgot what he was saying, but they were like, wow, this is like a psychic, right? He's like 6 years old. I don't think he was even 6. We have the 10 of Pentacles here, and this talks about how you affect somebody else. This person's going to take control and take action. If you are affecting anybody in some way, maybe they are Aries here with this Emperor. But this is how you are affecting them. I feel like they're going to take control of their life to complete something, the 10 of Pentacles, right? Maybe they have a family. They could be getting a divorce. It's possible. The contract card next to the hostilities card can definitely imply that, or be that. It could be. And your hopes and fears is the Strength card. You see this, but you could be hoping that this person will have courage. I feel like you're thinking about somebody here, Pisces. There's somebody here that you love. I feel like you want them to be in the flow, because if this person is awakened and in their flow, that they'll come to you. I'm pretty sure. And then maybe this is about you too. You just know that you need a little bit of courage here for something. Yeah, because it's interesting here. So this is your hopes and fears, Pisces, in right? And I'm not sure what I'm going to call this reading because just early 2023, because it has so much in it. It does. We also have the Eight of Cups. You're hoping this person will have courage to walk away, or you're hoping you will have courage to walk away from something that's not creative, something that's not in your flow. You're like, forget this, right? And that biatch that I work for, forget her too. Just kidding, right? It doesn't have to be anything like that. No, but here we have judgment in the outcome. So judgment, we know, is an awakening. It's a rebirth. I feel like you kind of want to be reborn here in this reading with this flow, but I feel like this is about somebody else more than your own, possibly. If it is about somebody else, it's major love you have for them. And if it is about your career, you just kind of want to be in something creative. I feel like you do, right? And so, and this can also talk about somebody who needs to walk away from something that doesn't work for them in order to create their future. It definitely can. You can never be in, I can't, it's difficult to be in any kind of step or any place of manifestation if you're in a negative place. It doesn't, that's not what the law of attraction says, right? Yeah, it's not. And it's very interesting. But let's see what we have here in the outcome with judgment. I feel like you're hoping for a rebirth with somebody. I feel like you're also hoping this person will wake up and maybe stand up in their life. Here they are standing, right? And the Ace of Swords. This is a new beginning. You're definitely hoping for a new beginning in the new year with somebody here. This is really an interesting reading because I feel like it has to do with both. I used to read these readings mostly from love, right? But, you know, I'm getting to be a bit of a seasoned reader, I would say. And so, you know, with everything you change, right? You change, even if you're an artist, you learn something new, right? You go to a workshop, you learn something new, things like that. So we're going to end this reading, Pisces, because I feel like you're going to have some type of new beginning in your life. Yeah, and follow your intuition, because in this reading I can tell that you're not entirely sure either about somebody else or about your own path. Follow your own intuition and have courage. This could be saying this person will have courage. Here you are hoping that they will have courage or that you will. But we start the reading with courage. So you definitely, it's really important here. It's showing up twice from two different decks. Have courage and walk away from something that, this Eight of Cups, sometimes it is walking away from things that don't please you or that leave you feeling unfulfilled. This could be a career, right? I feel like you want somebody else to walk away from their situation and come and be with you because you know that you're in the flow with them. And you know that this person has been asleep, like spiritually, like duh, like, you know, Earth calling somebody, not Earth, the cosmos calling somebody, like wake up, you're living the wrong life. Because you're saying in this reading that this person's most likely unhappy. Yeah. And I feel like you could be fishing for a new career yourself, or adding something very creative to your life that you feel like you are really in tune with. And I'm not sure what that is, right? Yeah, I'm not. We're going to end this reading, Pisces. I feel like it's a great reading. I really do. And thank you so much, you guys, for watching my videos. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe.